All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Cut it out. Okay. I'm here. I'm live streaming. I think. You know what? I'm not 100% confident that I'm live streaming. So I'm going to check. Uh, hold on a minute. Let's just go to the old YouTube and check. You know, you never know. Because I'm not, 100% positive. But I've got something in sort. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now. All right, cool. So, I'm Marshall Malone. Welcome to Upside Down Creative Media, another impromptu live stream. Tonight, I've got a surprise. I'm going to show a little bit on how I make video remixes that everybody's here for. Thought I'd do a little tutorial. Hopefully, you like my mic setup. This is a lavalier mic that I decided to strap to my chin beard. Not my chin beard, but my beard. My beard is a lot shorter than it normally is, but it just sounds better this way. I don't know. It looks weird. So, anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, a little bit of what you're looking at right now. This program that you see is called Reaper. It is free to evaluate, so you can try it before buying it. I have a license. I have a free license. It expires March 31st, but it's a pandemic license. Fortunately, they've given it out for small businesses and whatnot, so I'm taking advantage of that. But it's something that I will probably buy. Now, if you've ever used Reaper before, Reaper is what's known as a DAW, a DAW, or digital audio workstation. Essentially, it is how you mix music. It's a platform for that. So you can drag in all sorts of instruments, or you could record instruments. You could record vocals from a mic. You can take samples from WAV files. You could import MIDI files. There's so many things you can do. Anyways, I use this in my process because it's free, but it also has a cool video capability, which is what this big black bar is. It's a docked video. It's the best way I could figure out how to do it for this particular tutorial. Normally I would have this in a second window. I didn't feel like making a new screen for my live stream to do that. So anyways, I'm going to say, hi, you can chat on the chat just to test my chat. Yeah, so you guys, if anybody joins this and you want to chat, your chats will show up in this little box above my head up here. And if you notice also, if you're really into what I'm showing you, please subscribe. Anyways, so I'm going to get into it. What you heard at the beginning is a very popular song by EMF, Unbelievable. It's the instrumental. I ripped it off the internet. I will probably never be able to monetize this video, and that's okay. And I'm also giving away my process, part of my process for editing these remixes. Now, I haven't done all of the remixes this way. We're back. It says we're live now. Sorry about that. I somehow lost connection. I may be having internet issues. I was having trouble connecting to the internet earlier. So I'm going to go forward because it says I'm live. And where I left off, I think, before it went out was I was explaining how this software is better to edit audio and like slow down audio because Premiere tends to default to change the pitch, where you can keep the pitch and the resonance all of the same, and it sounds better. So for example, okay, let me back up a little bit. Why I'm loading this song in here. I had this idea a couple weeks ago. I mentioned it last night in the live stream last night. When I was driving, this song was on the radio, and I think I had just edited my last song, and it was in my head, and some of the part of the songs that the Jesse Duplantis song were just like in my head, and I was like, well, how funny would it be to hear this guy with this song? And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just do like a full on Preacher remix to this song. Normally I make all of my music. I'm not going to show you how I do that tonight because, that's completely different, but the process of cutting up video in a song, this is kind of the same process, I guess. Normally, like I said, I would create my own music. I may show that one day, but that doesn't seem to be, I mean, that's a little more in depth and would take a lot longer. This is like a quick, just one track. Normally you would see like 15 different tracks with different sounds, MIDI files, and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But this is really, even without all of the different tracks that I would normally have, this is still step one in the process. So this is just the first thing that I do when I have an idea. I start making the music, then I pull the video in and start cutting it up to the song. And so for right now, this is all I have. Now this first track is the song, and everything else below it, you see I got more video out here that I'm going to cut up into the song. But right now, what I've got are just some funny little quips. So some hits. So I'll go ahead and play it out.
Wow! To get the unbelievable. Yeah!
All right, so you get the idea. So essentially what this is this is actually, now this might confuse people if they actually are interested in this. Normally, so this is like an MOV that I exported from an edit in Premiere because I'd already cut some stuff in Premiere. It's not the full, like if I drag this out, you'll see there's a lot of blank spots. So I had already cut all of these sounds from Premiere and just rendered those hits, I guess, impacts or whatever you want to call them, in a separate file. Now, normally what I'll do, my initial process normally is to take video that I download from the internet. So as you can see, here is a stream from Apollo White video, and it's not the right one. This isn't the one I wanted. Okay, normally what I'll do is I'll go through this and I will watch, like this is 2 hours, and I'll just sit here and watch everything and find the best parts and drag it out. Let me see if I can actually find the one that I really want. I'll drag it in. It should be in the downloads folder. Nope, it's not. Where would I have put it? Open, show in folder. Okay, here it is. See, it's similarly titled. Oh, you know what it is in there? It's this one over here. Yep, that's the one. So I may use stuff from there. I'll go back through and check it. But this was the one. Paula White breaks down and is crying in this one. And I thought I could probably make something with this. All right.
But without actually getting out and jumping off the log, I can decide to jump. But if I don't jump, then my faith is dead.
So there were some things in here that she said that were funny. And I just gotta basically find it. It's kind of a long process. So
He will not, God will not.
Now this is a problem because there's some music playing throughout.
Narrows into our own.
And that's frustrating.
So they want to go to an idol or swear by what is false. He will receive the blessing from the Lord and vindication from God. Hezekiah different. She said, devote yourself. You're devout. We've gone through understanding. So vital in front of all the. There's a time, God.
Yeah. So this process is the boring part. I didn't think about how this was going to play across in a video, but if you're really interested, you'll watch. So.
23. Remember which he fills everything with his presence. To those who should be. Psalm chapter 50. Esau and do like blood. You, not man. There's an altar in every one of us.
Well, there's a part where she's like talking about what other people were saying about her.
There within the psalm.
Like, people called her a prosper gospel something.
Will you be open or closed?
I don't know about the energy of this one.
About. We've gone through what devotion is. Set yourself from me. Created the priesthood. And you don't.
So normally I'll just watch it all the way through, but I'm really trying to scrub around to find. And see, there's like music playing, and that could be really good to show as like cut footage, you know.
They were agriculture, and this is how they made their money. Something that should be consecrated. There are consequences for that. So what happens? God tells us in Malachi, He opens you the window. Yesterday morning, and so people in place and position online. You follow white, perfectly healthy baby. White ministry is our. I actually, fictions working together is. It only falls to do certain things in biblical sense. So Matthew 6:25, He says, and the way He works, fuss over these things. And they can just wipe you out, absolutely. I worship Him, what I say. And I was just going to leave it in me and say, go, Spirit went, be kind. Are stressed out about, declares the Lord, declaration of divine. He will not go in ruin. Over many of you have we failed. Because I was, God thrust me in. I got saved in some.
Okay, I think this is part of it.
Roots. I might show up with no makeup and my hair up in a bun. Next thing you know, I know that you're not going to go like, okay, this is just great. We need to grasp that there is more sin in the church. We've in every aspect. This is what He's saying. The morning concerning the condition of the Father's house. Okay, I know how to work through those things, so I know how to get my brain in a good place.
That could be a good line.
I know how to get my brain in a good place.
Okay, so if you find something you really like, you got to take this. This is the snap, this little magnet. It'll try to snap it into a place you might not want it. So what you'll do is you'll split. Use the S button to split.
I know how to get my brain in a good place.
And then you'll just drag that somewhere else, or just keep it there. Whenever you get ready to move it, you move it.
Heart. You ask anyone around me, I think I sound like a parrot almost all the time, don't I?
See, the problem with this is now there is music layered in it, and I wonder if they did this on purpose, because now her voice isn't isolated. There's music.
You ask anyone around me, I think I sound like a parrot almost all the time, don't I? I'm actually very emotionally healthy because I talk it all out. Of the Father's house has to be in our heart. And those who have sinned, 2 Corinthians, there is strife. I'm afraid that perhaps I can tell you, not perhaps, right now. If I was saying I would mourn over the condition of the American church. Now I can tell you there, he said, I am afraid. Paul mourned when he saw the ruined condition. We're not mourning over what God is mourning over right now. God help us. And when our heart, but if you've ever seen light and you have a church from, I've preached this for you, of His church. God help us who are just mourn. He mourned.
That might be good. I try to avoid anything that talks about religion.
He mourned.
Because it's, to me, like, I'm not trying to make a statement. It's more looking for funny, like Jesse Duplantis is extremely easy to find those things because he's a character. But he says ridiculous things sometimes.
Thing. Paul mentioned, and he begins to pray and cry out to open up our hearts to hear Holy Spirit. He mourns. Instead of going, oh, okay, I see it. Now let me go back and have my. And instead of judging it, it's important. He mourns for days. Nehemiah, who is living with the Jewish exiles, does not work with Satan, not partner with Satan. There is disorder and he will not lend his. There's a of alignment with his power, not dwell in ruins.
Okay.
Show you pedestrians are local that you can cross over into your promised land. You send down your prayer, but they are increased. So when you get the...
I don't know if I'm going to find it in this stream. I may have to find it another way. So let's go through. I've got some other video. So I'm not sure if I'm going to throw this in here, but I saw a remix with this woman saying circle back. I was going to kind of cut through it. The press secretary, Saki, I guess. Ratio.
Next step.
I don't know if this is the right video or not either. Now, Mr. Duplantis here, some old video of him. I am pretty confident without even had watched it. I didn't even watch it. I just saw it and I was like, okay, this looks like it could be good. So.
Out there, and they're directing, they're just going, here she comes. And I saw her, and she didn't go to the desk because she had a boarding pass. I mean, like I said, no, it's 10D. The guy next to me said, I tell you one thing, I've done it myself. Woman like that need to have a face slap.
Oh, gosh.
I'm looking at the guy next to me said, I tell you one thing, I've done it myself. Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap.
It's like just so easy. Now, obviously, I'm probably taking this out of context, but I don't know. I went to church a lot, and I never saw a preacher say anything like that. So I'm going to give you an example of how this would work. All right, you keep it on really any track.
Woman like that need to have a face slap.
Now with this song,
woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap.
And what I'll do here is I'll listen to the song and try to hear it in my head, like where I think this could land the best, and then I have to make adjustments after that. So,
woman like that need to have a face slap.
I think it's going to be so.
Woman like that need to. Woman like that need to have a face. Woman like that. Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to.
So sometimes I'll split it up, just isolate a certain part.
Face slap. Face slap. Face slap. Face slap. To get face slap.
So obviously they're just laughing here, so you can take that out. That way the video fills.
Face slap.
To get the unbelievable.
Face slap.
So then you got to figure out how to get all of this in this part in time, basically.
Woman like that need to have a face slap.
So it's also counting syllables. Does he say a woman like that? Let's see.
Woman like that need to have a face slap.
A woman like that need to have. So it's an odd number of syllables. So then you would, when you have an odd number, you want to start the first syllable out a little before the first beat. Now, why did that happen? There's some certain things about this software.
Woman like that.
He's really saying this part fast. I think this.
Face slap. Face slap. Face slap. Face slap. Face slap.
A woman like that. A woman like. So it'd be a woman like that need to have a face slap. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take my voice and I will actually record what I want it to sound like that. I'm not going to do it right now, but it helps. So it's actually going to come in after the beat.
Woman like that. Woman like.
A A woman like that need to have her face slapped. Wow.
Woman like that need to have her face slapped. Woman like that need to have. Woman like that need to have.
Definitely. So here's the part that helps. So this, you hold control, and that icon comes up, and that stretches. Actually, that's not right. It's the Alt button. This hand comes up, and it'll stretch, and you can see the rate it's stretching. But what's great about this is you go into item properties, and you change it to, I sometimes will do soloist, and change this to speech. This is the time stretch mode. And
woman like that need to have.
See, it's slowed down 88%, and then you can't tell.
Woman like that need to have. Woman like that need to have. Woman like that need. Woman like that need to have. Woman like that need to have a face slap.
See, it's getting closer.
Woman like that need to have a face slap.
So the need needs to be at the top of the beat, and sometimes I'll just chop it up, but then just kind of figure out how it sounds. Obviously, you want the video. The goal is to keep the video all in one piece.
Woman like that need to have a face slap. Face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap.
To get the unbelievable.
See, it's already coming together. But you go in and basically just make these fine adjustments. Sometimes I'll get it and start it over again. Let's see. Hold on, I got something on my phone right here. Oh, I don't want to call emergency. Sometimes I do that too. Oh, okay, I am live. I was just checking on my phone to see if I'm still live. There we go. Okay. So we have two people. It looks like maybe one or two people watching. Hello. If you have any questions, I'll just type it in the chat. Feel free to ask. All right. So back to what I was doing.
Woman like that need to have a face slap.
To get the unbelievable.
All right, so this needs to be normalized so it matches the mix. Now, this isn't the final mix, obviously. But normalization just brings all the levels of the audio track up.
Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have a face slap. Woman like that need to have.
So this needs to come back. So sometimes you figure out where the start of it is. So
woman like that.
A woman like that need to have a face slap. Oh, okay. Need to have her face.
That need to have a face.
So this part needs to stretch, and then this part needs to stretch. So you can split, and then when you split it evenly, see there's two hands. It's going to make this one longer and that little dead space shorter, right? And same with this. You kind of want everything to kind of line up, and then you're going to pull this one back to about right here. And see, now they're all going slightly different rates. The video will go up and down, but it's hardly noticeable most of the time.
Woman like that need to have face slap. Woman like that need to have face slap.
To get the unbelievable.
So you can see it better. Basically what I did was you can see the rates. Now this is at 71%, this is at 81%. This little part is actually at 2 times 200%. This is at 84%, 86%, whatever, 85, whatever. And so it's not perfect. So obviously you want this to come back a little bit. So what we'll probably do is that actually is fine. I don't know if I can go much slower than this.
Woman like that need to have face slap.
To get the unbelievable.
to see the video better, I'm going to drag this.
Woman like that need to have face slap. Whoa!
To get the unbelievable.
Okay.
Woman like that need to have face slap. Whoa!
To get the unbelievable.
That's good. All right. So yeah, you get the idea. I mean, that's essentially like, that's not everything I do. Obviously, I've got a lot more tricks up my sleeve, but that's kind of like the first step in how to, get it started, I guess. Obviously, I've got a whole song that I'm going to try to fill. I usually try to keep them around 3 minutes. This song total is 3.5 minutes, almost 4 minutes long. I don't think I will do the whole song. What I'll probably do is cut it to about 2 minutes, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is what I'm working on this weekend. Right now it is midnight almost. So doesn't look like I have an audience, so I'm going to go to bed. But, you know, if you watch this afterwards, you want me to do this again, I'll try to schedule it and promote it on social. I'd much rather do this with an actual audience. Maybe what I'll do is I'll set up a live stream while I'm editing this weekend. And I'll try to announce when that is. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial live stream ramble, especially my little mic setup. It actually looks kind of cool. It's like, it looks like it's supposed to be. Like if I didn't say anything, I bet nobody would have noticed at all, except for the big clip. I don't know if I turn this way, it's kind of obvious. Memphis, repping Memphis, it's my hometown. Well, not really my hometown, but you know, the outskirts of my hometown. But I lived on the outskirts of Memphis. So Memphis was the outskirts of my hometown. Anyways, cool. I hope you enjoyed this Upside Down Creative Media production, which is basically just me. I know Upside Down Creative Media looks like a business, but it's not. It's just me. I make no money. I've made like $10 since I've been monetizing my videos. So obviously this one is not going to get monetized, but you know, we'll see. All right, I am going to bed. Have a good night, and if you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll put a link in the description to Reaper if you're interested in trying it out.